try much harder. Every people have to try so hard. Something I well know.
Welcome to the second part of Making Music at 70. In this episode, Alan and I will be looking at some of the many songs that we've written together, and it must number hundreds.
We have always been creative ever since we were at school together. It was while Rex was in one of his bands that I started to pen some lyrics, which I handed over to him, and he would set them to music. These songs were produced mainly for our own pleasure, but we began to realise that actually they were good. Now, I can't sing or play a musical instrument, but I do enjoy making videos of the songs we write, and fortunately, Rex indulges me in this.
Over the decades, we've built up quite a back catalogue of songs, and every so often we'll take one out, polish it up, revisit it, rework it for inclusion as a video on this channel. Now, one of the first videos we made in this way was a song called Boxes.
I wrote this about a former work colleague. He was a nice enough person, but although he was in his early 30s, there didn't seem to be any ambition in his life. He was married, living in a house on a new estate, working in a dead-end job, going to the same holiday resort each year, and in a silly kind of way, it annoyed me. It frustrated me. He was clever and outgoing, but it seemed as if there was no desire to explore or step up to a new level.
When Alan gave me the lyrics to this song, back in the mid-2000s, I was very much into the contemporary English folk song with bands like Show of Hands, Little Johnny England. And so this song with its social commentary sort of cried out to me that a contemporary folk style might work. And on looking at the lyrics for the first time, this little chord sequence came into my head.
We put down our pens, switch off our computer screens, and tidy up our desks. That's the busiest we have been.
The next thing I noticed was that going through the lyrics, there was like a stream of consciousness section that Alan had written that wouldn't have really fit over that chord sequence. And I came up with this little chord progression. And what we did with that was use that to underpin the stream of consciousness section. And then in the studio, when I recorded this song with my son Patrick, who was playing the drums, we made it a full band. So we went from just acoustic guitars to electric guitar, bass guitar, and the drums.
And climb into the four-wheel kind, driving to a cold war comedian gym to help us unwind. Then we shut out the world in identical country boxes on a land that was ripped away from badgers, deer and foxes. And we moan about the office, don't value how good we are, and bitch about our neighbours, jealous jealous of the big new car.
I remember I'd taken a bass guitar that I'd got, which was really cheap, and it just wasn't good enough in the studio. So the studio guy lent me his bass guitar, which was a right-handed bass guitar. So I had to play it upside down and play the bass line left-handed on a right-handed guitar, but it all worked out.
At the time, I did feel a bit guilty writing this song about him. Then about 10 years ago, we just happened to bump into each other. He was still living in the same house, doing the same dead-end job, going to the same places. So, in a way, I felt vindicated. Another song Rex and I wrote was called Life is an F-in Lie. I like the title because of the play on words. It is, however, rather a depressing song. Life should be fun and worry-free, but because of decisions made by various people, for most of the population, no matter how much they try to be upbeat, life is a drudge, and you have the feeling that no one in authority could really care.
Now, Life is an Effing Lie is a super number. I love it. And it's one of the numbers actually where Alan does perform on it, because we did the vocals together over a click track. So I took my laptop over to his, and against the click track, we laid down the vocals. And in fact, against the same click track, we also did the video routine, which you'll see a clip of in a minute. What I really liked about this song was the sort of anger and rebellion in it. And so over the vocal and click track, I built up a series of electronic loops. So this song has no guitars on it at all. It's all electronic loops that were pieced together over that basic vocal. And the real fun for me for this one was to then produce a visually interesting video that went with it, and it was one that I could be quite sort of avant-garde with. Yeah, and I think we were really pleased with this one.
Life is an effing lie. 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 The life, the life, the life, the life. Then the life is an effing lie. Then the life is an effing lie. Then the life is an effing lie. Life is an effing lie. Is an effing lie. Is an effing lie. Is an effing lie. Life is an effing lie.
Now, Rex and I hardly ever write a song together. I usually pen some words and then I hand them over to Rex. He takes them away and works his magic with them, and we have a song. An exception was Milkbar Milkshake. We needed a song from the early 1960s playing in the background of a sketch involving Frank and Dol. I think the idea of Milkbar came to me quite quickly, and the word milkshake soon followed. And then it just took a few minutes for us to write the rest of the words.
Now, this song, the first thing that the lyrics suggested to me was the sort of rockabilly type of number that you get with bands like Matchbox, you know, that type of thing. And then the opening of Buddy Holly's Rave On, and piecing those two things together, the song just flowed. And in fact, recording this, it was one of the quickest songs I've ever recorded. And this was one of those songs where the lyrics literally suggested the tune, and the whole thing just came together so quickly. No sooner said than done, and it was a video up on YouTube. The song was supposed to be just a throwaway number that was going to be in the background of one of the videos we were making, but we both decided that it was good enough to have its own dedicated music video. So Alan hastily put together a simple dance routine, which we filmed at his house, and then the video was born. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. I love this one. Simple, but it just works.
Well, come on guys, we'll go out tonight. We should find a club alright, where girls are willing to take a chance and join us in the winners dance. We'll do the Milkbar Milkshake. We'll do the Milkbar Milkshake. We'll do the Milkbar Milkshake. We'll do the Milkbar Milkshake all night long.
So, are we going to stop making music and videos just because we've reached our 70s?
No way. In fact, one of our standing jokes is that we need at least another 30 years to play out all the ideas that we've got buzzing around our brains.
So, we are going to keep going.
Thanks so much for watching and hopefully enjoying.
Wait a minute. I'm not 70. I'm only 69.
So, you'll be 70 in a few months' time.
Well, thanks for reminding me.
Emily's hoping for a date. Does he even know she exists? Emily, she would give her life for just one little kiss. Emily with her long blonde hair would love to have the chance to care. Emily with her eyes so blue. Her time for love is overdue.